Kahalayam Wayahal Bashim Yahushai Basham Racha Kwadash. I have trouble saying that. Alright, right here you have one of the generals of the United States Army or military, Air Force, I mean. There it is. U.S. Defense Secretary Jim Mattis delivers a keynote September 20th at the Air Force Association's Airspace Cyber Conference in National Harbor, Maryland. So that was a while ago. But, this is the story. Alright. National Harbor, what the fuck's that state? Maryland. And this is space news. I might as well subscribe to this from last year. But there was an article on RT today that, caught my eye. And a bunch of scriptures popped up. See that devil right there? Yeah, dang, it's sadistic. Look at that flat lip bitch. Man, I bet you he can't even smile. Well, what's he got to smile about? He's going into captivity. Well, let's find out. U.S. Defense Secretary James Mattis, and I'm not saying I'm just talking shit about his appearance. This guy's a general. He's a fucking military man. He'll fucking kill me if he had the chance. Especially if he knew that I was prophesying against his downfall. I don't know if anybody knows, but when you're in the military, you get trained in hand-to-hand combat. So this guy knows. That's why he's got that serious look on his face. Now, I might always be smiling. That's because I got that Ninja Turtle attitude. And what I mean by Ninja Turtle is I grew up practicing martial arts. And I had when I was a child, I just used to play. But when I became a man, like 12 years old, I started training, studying. And that's why I say I have a Ninja Turtle. That's what I call people like me. Like, people, there's no other people like me, but what I would say is, I'm not afraid to fight. I don't want to, but it's not a funny thing, but I can do some damage. But see, this guy has a hard look on his face. Now I smile because I believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's why I smile, and he's not smiling. He's getting ready for war. Alright. And this guy could be the reincarnation of George Patterson, or General Patterson. General Patton. The famous general from World War II. Or one of those. I need to study more about that. I mean, I already studied it, but I need to, rehearse that. But, let's get on with the story. Said he's open to funding new space programs if Congress delivers on the military spending hike the White House has sought. And they're still being sought. That's all they're spending. That's all the GDP is spent on. And then Trump asked Britain, Germany, and France to pay a little more, to spend more on their military budget. So this is in quotations. So that means he said, this guy Mathis, in space we need new starts in order to take advantage of what industry. Now industry, let's look that word up, because I know that industry means that they're gonna have to tear down whatever's there and rebuild a new thing and harvest. Well, this is a definition. Industry. It's a noun. Economic activity concerned with the processing of raw materials and manufacture of goods in factories. Now, those raw materials are there in the earth. Okay, he's talking about space, but you can mine stuff from asteroids, and he wants to colonize the moon and go into Mars and take all those raw minerals and materials and industrialize them and manufacture goods and put factories down there. That's what, just look at deforestation, man. That's an industry. Alright, a particular form or branch of economic or commercial activity. In this case, it's military activity. It's going to be the space industry. An activity or domain in which great deal of time or effort is expended. That's what he's going to do. Hard work. That's what he's going to do. Alright, I'm going to get a little scripture in a minute right now. Let me start his quote all over again. In space, we need new starts in order to take advantage of what industry can deliver if we are willing to invest there. So what's part of that investment? You have to have feet. They say feet on the ground, but this is going to be space, right? So you got to have feet or people in space. So right there, that's a cut on the flat Earth. Mathis said September 20th last year during a keynote speech at the annual Air Force Association Airspace Cyber Conference here. He goes on to say, space is becoming a more dangerous military region. And a military region is a place of conflict where there are going to be fights. Mattis noted, in outer space, he said, we used to consider it a sanctuary. Man, these guys are like the split tongue right there. But now he said adversaries, adversaries, and that's another fancy word for devil, are challenging the U.S. in the domain as they are in others. It is contested. So this guy is, it's time for scripture. Alright, this is Revelation 12 and 7. Now, the book of Revelation is an apocalyptic book. It's concerned with the end, with what's going on right now. I mean, this is right on the money. Revelation 12 and 7. And there was war in heaven. And heaven's another way of saying space. Because if you take a look in Genesis, the waters, Mayim, is basically heavens, the heavens. And space is mostly hydrogen. According to this white man's knowledge, but he's got to be right on something. Because you got to know the truth in order to tell a lie, right? Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. And this dude right here is one of those dragons. This dude is one of those dragons. Look at that guy, fucking red face. He's a dragon. Okay. Let me skip around right here. I'm gonna just read his quote. Alright, no, I'm gonna read all of it actually. One particular area that relies heavily on space-related systems is national nuclear deterrence. Another cut on flat Earth. So there's not only do they want to get out there so they can defend, because they have the Russians have this hypersonic missile. Let's look at that. He's scared for a reason. Oh shit, I should have went to this one. Right. What the hell? Let's see. What should I put? No. Hypersonic. I think it's hypersonic. Hypersonic. Yeah, there it is. A hypersonic speed cruise missile would travel at least 5 times the speed of sound, Mach 5, KH-90. I don't even know what the hell that means. Is a hypersonic air-to-surface cruise missile developed in 1990, so now they got it. They got it to work. Well, these devils work like this, man. They play these little videos, which are basically little video games, and they show each other what could happen. These motherfuckers are funny. Alright? It's a hypersonic, and what it does is it's like, if it was 30 minutes to get from Russia to Alaska, it's now, 10. Or even, man, it's faster. That's what I'm trying to say. It's way faster. So that's one of the things that he's worrying about. Oh, alright. Let me get back at it. Let's see. Because I erased it on accident. Let's get another article. And that was the space news. Let's see what this channel, Mark Hamill wants to carry. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, none of this is serious, alright? No, well, not this one. Alright, let's see what these guys are. This one looks pretty good. You can tell by that. You don't like this guy, right? You ain't gonna be wearing that shit in fucking space, you stupid ass. Look at this motherfucker. Makes people mad. Makes man of the Lord mad. That's what I mean by people. Because men of the Lord are people. You got everybody else is just animals. He thinks those goggles are gonna protect him. Ain't no safety glasses. It should say space farce. Alright. Come on, stop, please. There we go. And this article is Trump wants to create a space force. Here's what that means. So we were talking about satellites in the last one. Satellites make much of modern warfare possible through GPS systems, wireless communications, and sophisticated weather forecasting. Damn, that motherfucker's scared. Well, let's see what he has to say. Come on, please. No, he's not gonna say nothing. Alright. And maybe he will, maybe he won't. Fucking commercials. I don't see no goddamn commercials. Alright, so they got space weapons already. Alright. And what's important about that, let's see what was highlighted. The Air Force is now responsible for defending American satellites and spacecraft and wants to continue to do so. But President Donald Trump says the perils require a new military branch. A new military branch for a new world order. It's Revelation 16:16, and he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. Let's look at the tools. Alright. Oops. Got that wrong one. That was Hebrew tongue. Alright. Out. And let's see. I have to do part 2.